Assistant Director Williams.
I know who you are.
Fisher. Long time no see.
Stop looking. You won't find me. I know about your case against Lambert and me.
Well, after New York City, you disappeared. You went rogue. But if you come in, we can work something out.
No thanks. You've been after us since this mission started.
I had to be. You and Lambert went way over the line on this one.
Tens of thousands of lives were at stake.
Exactly. And we have ways to go about these things. But you and Lambert went off alone, taking unnecessary risks and making all kinds of blunders. Starting with Iceland. Remember?
Move it, Fisher. We need to get the hell out of here now.
Sam?
What's going on, Lambert?
I broke the news when I pulled him out of Iceland. He didn't take it well. Nobody would, losing their own flesh and blood. And he'd never be the same again. They say if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. Well, Sam didn't die. He had nothing to lose anymore, so he took the most dangerous mission of his career. That's how he ended up in Ellsworth Penitentiary. He was treated the same as anybody else. No better, no worse. It was no midnight run, for damn sure. He didn't need much help to look like hell, not since Sarah, his daughter, was killed. You hate to see a good man fall so far.
Is that all you got? Come on!
Me, I hope this mission would let him pull himself back together. We needed him. Prison. A hell of a place to save a man's life.
Lambert ordered you out? Just like that?
My daughter was dead.
And how does that take precedence over matters of national security?
It doesn't.
So you agree Lambert made a judgment error?
I won't answer that.
Fine. So the little information you did recover from Iceland told you that what was stolen from Rahim Kadir was not a weapon at all. It was red mercury, right?
Yes.
An explosive substance which, when added to small doses of plutonium, can easily create a 2-kiloton bomb the size of a baseball. And you and Lambert lost it.
We had a lead, Emile Dufresne. He tried to buy the red mercury before it was stolen.
So Lambert decided to infiltrate Dufresne's organization, hoping he'd take another shot at getting his hands on the red mercury. That's why he sent you in, undercover on American soil, clearly exceeding the NSA's mandate.
Our mandate is to protect American citizens. The CIA was dragging its feet. It was us or nobody.
But to infiltrate Dufresne's organization, you needed a way in. And you found it at Ellsworth Penitentiary. You were ordered to leave Barnum alive, and you disobeyed that order.
Jamie had to believe I was capable of anything. He had to take me to the JBA. First up was the man in charge, Emile Dufresne. I remembered him from Iceland. Next was his lieutenant, Carson Moss. Can't say we hit it off. The person who was going to handle the weapon was Enrica Villablanca. She wasn't much older than my daughter. And finally, there was B.J. Sykes, the techie in charge of their security system. One man I didn't get to meet was Cole Yeager. It seems Dufresne was afraid Yeager was plotting to take over the JBA. So he sent me on an errand to pump Yeager for information, hoping Yeager might try to get the new recruit on his side. On my way to see Yeager, I had an opportunity to sneak into the compound's restricted area, so I took it. Jamie wasn't happy that I didn't kill Barnum. I hope his testimony was worth the trust it cost me. After Ellsworth, Washington and I traveled to the JBA headquarters in New Orleans. That's where I met the family. First up was the man in charge, Emile Dufresne. I remembered him from Iceland. Next was his lieutenant, Carson Moss. Can't say we hit it off. The person who was going to handle the weapon was Enrica Villablanca. She wasn't much older than my daughter. And finally, there was B.J. Sykes, the techie in charge of their security systems. One man I didn't get to meet was Cole Yeager. It seems Dufresne was afraid Yeager was plotting to take over the JBA. So he sent me on an errand to pump Yeager for information, hoping Yeager might try to get the new recruit on his side. On my way to see Yeager, I had an opportunity to sneak into the compound's restricted area, so I took it. I never learned what happened to Yeager.
Lambert had him picked up. He's still in custody. Dufresne looked for him, but not too hard. But let's get back to you. Your first assignment for the JBA was to rob a train in New York?
Private train used by a bank to transfer liquid assets without drawing attention.
Did you know what the money was for?
No, but Emile didn't want any witnesses. He ordered me to kill anyone I came across. Lambert told me the exact opposite. 0 casualties.
Who supplied your equipment for this robbery?
Lambert was posing as an arms dealer. He sold equipment to Dufresne so I could still have access to my usual gear.
That was a big risk.
Too big. I never learned what happened to Yeager.
We found him 3 days later. Shot twice to the head. But let's get back to you. Your first assignment for the JBA was to rob a train in New York?
A private train used by a bank to transfer liquid assets without drawing attention.
Did you know what the money was for?
No, but Emile didn't want any witnesses. He ordered me to kill anyone I came across. Lambert told me the exact opposite. 0 casualties.
Who supplied your equipment for this robbery?
Lambert was posing as an arms dealer. He sold equipment to Dufresne so I could still have access to my usual gear.
That was a big risk.
Too big.
What are you doing?
Getting there faster.
No, we have to stop. There's a wall.
Don't even think about it. Stay cool and you'll be fine.
Hold tight.
Talk to me, Lambert. I've got a bloodbath here.
You promised me no body count on this one, Sam. We need to meet. Pronto. Drop point Charlie, tomorrow night, usual time. Got it?
Oh yeah, I got it. The money gave Dufresne the opportunity to discover who'd stolen the red mercury from Iceland. Then he got himself a sample to use both as a test and a diversion. He had the samples shipped to Cozumel. We followed soon after. The target was a cruise ship with 2,000 souls on board. Dufresne wanted us to plant the Red Mercury bomb and get out. Lambert wanted me to prevent the detonation by tampering with its trigger mechanism, Enrique's cell phone. But you interfered and made everything worse.
I couldn't rely on you, Fisher. The stakes were too high. $2,156 dead. And you are responsible for every single one of them. How could you let that happen?
I had a choice to make. I made it. I had to keep my cover. I needed Dufresne's trust.
Then he sent you to Russia.
He needed a tanker. Didn't say why. A smuggling ship was trapped in the ice in the Sea of Okhotsk. They dropped me in to clear the area and secure the tanker for them. I never want to see another ship again.
We are poor men, Mr. Fisher. Failure is a luxury we cannot afford. It's the result of laziness, poor discipline. But all that can be corrected. New habits formed. Don't you think, Enrique?
I'm the one that screwed up, not her.
Sir, if...
What is it, boss?
Nothing.
I thought so. We have no margin for error. None of you should ever forget that.
I followed your orders and saved over 2,000 people, Williams. Even though Dufresne took it out on me and Enrique.
Then he sent you to Russia.
He needed a tanker. Didn't say why. A smuggling ship was trapped in the ice in the Sea of Okhotsk. They dropped me in to clear the area and secure the tanker for them. I never want to see another ship again.
After that came Kinshasa. Why did Dufresne take you with him?
Security. Dufresne was closing the Red Mercury deal, but he wasn't sure about his new allies. He kept me out of sight to step in if things went sour. That was when all of Lambert's planning paid off. I was on site and left alone, so I could listen in on Dufresne's meeting. We finally learned what he was planning.
I was the one who had to break the news about Hamza to the CIA.
Considering what Dufresne was planning, Hamza would have agreed with my decision. Dufresne was receiving 5 Red Mercury devices. All of them were going to be detonated at the same time. One of them was going to be on the Okhotsk tanker to be taken into Los Angeles Harbor. The second was being choppered to Nashville, where the president was making an appearance. The last 3 were for New York City. But first, Emile smuggled the bombs into the States through his headquarters in New Orleans. While I was back there, I managed to sneak into the restricted area again. But I'm sure you remember that.
Letting Hamza live caused you some trouble with Dufresne, but at least you had enough sense not to kill him.
Hisham's a good man, and the mission was accelerating. Dufresne was receiving 5 Red Mercury devices. All of them were going to be detonated at the same time. One of them was going to be on the Okhotsk tanker to be taken into Los Angeles Harbor. The second was being choppered to Nashville, where the president was making an appearance. The last 3 were for New York City. But first, Emile smuggled the bombs into the States through his headquarters in New Orleans. While I was back there, I managed to sneak into the restricted area again. But I'm sure you remember that. I killed Lambert.
Yes, you did. You believed the mission required it, and you acted accordingly.
Is that how you justify what you did? How was Lambert?
Dufresne roughed him up pretty badly before you stepped in, but he's expected to recover.
Not like some other people. Right, Williams?
Fisher, what I did was necessary.
This is where it all pays off! All the work, all the sacrifice, it ends here, and we couldn't have
going on?
It seems Mr. Sykes was right. Our Mr. Fisher is a traitor and a spy. And for that, he died. Kill Fisher on sight!
Sam, where are you? Is that you?
Enrica, get inside, now! No!
We did good, Sam. Didn't we? In the end?
Of course, Enrica.
Oh, Sam. I'm so sorry.
See you in hell. You murdered her, Williams.
She was a target. You lost your perspective.
You are going to pay.
Really? You won't be the one to collect. We'll find you, Fisher. You can't hide from us.
Watch me.
I will.
We interrupt this programming to bring you a breaking news story. We are receiving reports of massive devastation in Los Angeles, where some sort of explosive device was detonated just moments ago. The destruction is centered on the city's busy port, but the damage extends for miles in all directions. Early speculation indicates that the blast may have been nuclear in nature, and authorities are estimating a death toll in the hundreds of thousands. We thought it was an earthquake, said one witness, but then we looked out toward the water and saw the cloud. I wish it was an earthquake. We will continue to bring you all the breaking news on this tragic series of events. This just in, we have word of a massive explosion in Nashville where the president was speaking earlier today. It is believed that the president and those in attendance were killed in the blast. Authorities are responding to fires which continue to blaze out of control throughout the city and are trying to extend emergency aid to the thousands of wounded survivors. Vice President Lee Wendell, when informed, vowed to find those responsible and bring them to justice. We interrupt this programming to bring you a breaking news story. The United States narrowly averted catastrophe today as a three-pronged terrorist assault was foiled. Authorities were able to derail attempts to detonate atomic devices in Nashville, Los Angeles, and Manhattan. The identities of the terrorists are still unknown as no group has stepped forward to claim responsibility for the acts. FBI spokesman Herbert Mangels said today, several devices, which we believe to be nuclear in nature, were recovered before they could be detonated. We are investigating how they were brought into the country and are following every angle. The president praised the preparedness and swiftness of action of the FBI and local authorities, noting that they had saved not only his life, but the lives of millions of Americans.
My name is Sam Fisher.
This time, you're going deep undercover.
I used to be a hero. Now I'm a wanted man. I used to hunt terrorists. Now I am one.
You have a little problem.
I used to take orders.
Finish your mission.
Now I execute them. I'd become a double agent. Tom Clancy, Splinter Cell double agent.
Twice he's late. Neil is never late.
Maybe he got held up or something.
Maybe he got held up. What are you, an idiot? He's not gonna get held up and miss the handoff.
You think something happened?
I don't know. We were supposed to keep radio silence, but...
It's been 3 hours, man.
Which means the whole thing's probably gone tits up. Ah, screw it. Take us into the harbor. Masood's just gonna have to get his own goddamn bomb. This one's got New York's name on it.
Gimme.
Get behind some cover!
Fisher, this is over. I repeat, you have no way out but surrender right now. It will not wait much longer before we blow the boat. Move! Blow the boat now!
Everybody down! You! Hands in the air! Now!
Clear! Clear! We have contact! Your weapons! Where the hell did he go?
Where did who go? It's like there was nobody here.
Authorities are reporting that there are still arrests to be made, but that the multinational plot to detonate nuclear devices in New York and Los Angeles has been foiled.
Sir, Fisher is still unaccounted for. I don't have enough men to secure the building and search for him.
Your first priority is Fisher. Do you understand me?
Authorities point to Masood ibn Yusuf as the mastermind of the plot. He was taken into custody by federal agents this morning in a small boat in New York Harbor. Masood was working in conjunction with a domestic terror organization known as John Brown's Army.
We found Mendez. He's down and he's been stripped of gear. Looks like Fisher got to him.
At least he's alive. Now go find Fisher. Sweep the area in a 6-block radius and get some eyes down on the docks. He's not getting away!
Members of the JBA were arrested during an FBI sweep this afternoon, though at least one career criminal, Carson Moss, is rumored to still be at large.
Sir, we have a confirmed sighting. He's on Pier 16 at... No, wait! He's headed for the river!
Backup is on its way. Whatever you do not let him get away!
We have secured all of the fissionable material and all of the terrorists involved in masterminding this plot, said FBI spokesman Roy Daniels. It's a credit to all of the brave law enforcement and intelligence operatives involved.
Fisher, this is the FBI! Do not move! You are under arrest!
He's diving into the river!
Halt or we open fire!
Too late! He's gone!
Daniels went on to say that all that was left was, and I quote, tying up loose ends.